Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have one of these diamonds in the rough. His name is Landry Mavungu. He is a cornerback out of Indianapolis, University of Indianapolis, UIndy. So nice to have you on, buddy.
Nice to be here.
So for people that don't know, UIndy is really a really good school. Ended up dominating your conference last year, fixing to do it once more. Got some guys that are coming out of UIndy that are making their way to the NFL, and maybe perhaps you, Landry, you're the next guy up. So go ahead and set the stage. Tell us where you're from, and we'll get to moving with the rest of that story.
All right. Originally, I was born in Democratic Republic of the Congo. I moved here with my family around when I was 6. Uh, I'm from Normal, Illinois. I went to Normal Community High School, played corner there, and then eventually got recruited by University of Indianapolis, and that's where I'm at right now.
Cool. Just I'm pretty sure people have kind of joke with you a little bit. Just went to some normal high school,
Yeah.
but yes, that is an actual place. So you went to that high school there. Interesting. So let's talk about your high school days first before we get moving on with some other stuff. So back in Normal, Illinois, um, I realized you were a basketball player, you were a track player, you a track runner, but then also did some football. What are your I don't know, what are your best memories of you being an athlete there in Normal, Illinois?
I say my best athlete was just I say being with all the guys, being with all my friends, and just doing multiple sports. Like we all did multiple sports. Like we all played basketball, we all did track, and we all did football. And ultimately, I think that doing all the other sports helped me become the football player I am today. Not just being I'm just a football player, but just being able to do all these different things because you do all different movements and you work on different skills in different sports, and it just helps translate on the field.
Cool. You guys have any success out there in high school, like football or what?
Yeah, we did. My senior year, we were undefeated. We won the conference. Unfortunately, we did lose in the second round of playoffs by 1 point to Mark Carmel. I mean, some of the guys when we get together, we still talk about that. It was a heartbreaking loss, but we thought we were gonna go all the way that year.
Well, I mean, not everybody goes all the way, but I mean, certainly getting that far is certainly something fun. But again, coming out of Normal, Illinois, you were recruited by UIndy. Coming out of high school, was that your only offer? I mean, what were your prospects coming out of high school?
I had other D2 offers. I had some D1 looks that they wanted me to walk on and stuff and do such things because like not everybody knows about Normal Illinois. But one thing I told myself as a kid just growing up was that I didn't want to have my mother to pay for school, and I told her I'm gonna go to school for free. She had to worry about none of that. So yeah, just I remember I went to a camp. I met UIndy. I got to talking to them. I went there on a visit, and I just fell in love with the campus, fell in love with the people, with the coaches, and like what they were presenting. And I came from a winning school, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to a program that wins, and they push the players to do better, like chase my dreams, which is going to the NFL eventually. So that's why I ended up just choosing UIndy.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit more about UIndy for people that have never stepped foot on campus. Talk about like what that's meant to you, like as a student.
It's meant everything to me. It's a smaller school, like a smaller private school. Uh, it's big enough where you don't know everybody, but it's small enough where like in the classroom wise, like there's probably an average 30 people in each classroom. So you really get to interact with your professor more, and you actually get to know them, and they get to know you. It's not like okay, you just come to class, you're in some a thousand people lecture hall. The professor barely knows you. It's not like that, and you get that interaction with teachers. So it's very nice there at UIndy.
Good, good. What have you been able to do there as a student? Have you already graduated? What's your academic standing?
Yeah, I recently graduated my undergrad in business management. Right now, I'm getting my master's in management. Um, I've been on the honor roll. I've been on the dean's list. Um, I was like 4 times all academic GOVC too. Just been accomplished a lot, and also like one thing I love that UND does that we have a career fair or a career people that they connect you with other people like with jobs and stuff, and you go there, you can interview them. We have mock interviews that they help you with, and if you need help with like getting a suit or anything, they help you with that too for like interviews and stuff.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a decent plan. Have you thought yet, maybe perhaps what you would do like after your football days are done? Like, do you have any sense as to like the direction, like maybe 10 years down the road or whatever?
Eventually, I know I want to own my own business. For like some future plans that I'm kind of in the works of working out and talking with. I know like me and my family were planning on going back to the Congo and building housing there. My mom has a little store out there that she's already working on, so just going back home and just helping people back home. That's really the plan.
Cool. Well, I mean, nice to have that plan. Nice to get that degree. Let's shift gears, man. Let's talk about some football. So again, defensive back there at UIndy. So go ahead, describe that defense as best as you can to me, if you don't mind. Just what sort of adjectives and stuff like would you use?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You cut off a little
Just
bit.
just go ahead and describe that defense a little bit.
Oh, that defense. The best way I describe that defense, I just say, uh, we're tough. Like we're a very tough defense. We gonna 11 has gonna run to the ball. We gonna stop the run because I think we're number one. We were number one in the nation and stopping the run last year. We got guys that can play from each level. That secondary's locked down. Uh, yeah, that's
Cool, cool. Well, of course, being able to stop the run, certainly, I don't know how the pressure is on, guys like you, where like, if you stop the run, I mean, teams are going to be airing the ball out a little bit more. So, I mean, certainly, you know, pressure's on you to get your job done. So, um, how would you describe yourself as an athlete out there? Again, I introduced you as a defensive back, but I mean, where are you lining up? Like, what are you doing regularly?
regularly. I line up in the boundary. I describe myself. I'm a press man, man to man corner. I'm a lockdown. I can shut down that side of the field, so we don't have to worry about that side anymore. I'm a student of the game too. Like knowing formation, know what teams like to do, their tendencies, and just being a leader of men out there. That's
Cool. Well, Landry, you got yourself some pretty decent size as a corner. Looking at a guy who's about 6'1", 195 pounds. So, certainly is in your favor to be an athlete of that size. But what do you feel separates you from like all these other people? I mean, obviously you want to make it to the league. So, I mean, what's perhaps that one trait that sets you apart?
I think one trait that separates me is definitely I'll say my technique. I'm a technician because everybody says speed kills, which I have speed too, but just technique. Because once you get older, like the speed it slows down a little bit, but once you have that technique, you can keep playing on forever. Like you see guys in the league who still playing, like Darius Slay, like great technician. Guys who are coming up like Patrick Surtain, he's a great technician, and I watch his film all the time, and just keeping that technique. Because if you have great technique, it doesn't matter who's out there. Tyreek Hill. It doesn't matter who's out there. Jalen Waddle. It doesn't matter. You have great technique. You'll win your matchup every time.
Cool. Growing up in Normal, Illinois, watching football, I mean, who are you a big fan of?
Definitely Bears. Bear down. We're gonna have a big year this year. A lot of people slipping on us. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, those guys. They're gonna take care of things for us.
Well, but again, maybe a guy at your position. Was there a guy that you looked up to at the time, or what?
Um.
Probably Devin Hester, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Devin Hester was that guy. He's everybody's favorite player growing up was Devin Hester. It's crazy thing because like growing up, I played offense more. Like I played receiver a little bit more. So like, I mean, I used to watch guys like Tavon Austin. He was good too. Like just watching his highlight videos all the time.
Interesting. So, so you said you played offense for the most part growing up. I mean, when did you make the
Yeah.
switch to defense?
So I didn't. I made the switch to defense when I actually got to high school. But like my sophomore year, because I remember like freshman year coming in, I played receiver too, and we had guys going both ways. It wasn't until my sophomore year, and like my defensive back coach, he came up to me, he was like, "Man, you got great size, you got great frame, and like they're looking for those big corners that can run and cover guys." He said, "Makes that switch." So I just make that switch to defense, and I really just fell in love with it. Just like it's no better feeling when you out there, you really locking up a guy and they can't do nothing. Like that's the best feeling in the world.
Cool. So has it been a while since you've scored a touchdown? I mean, have you had a pick six yet or what?
Yeah, it's been a while. The last time I had a pick six was high school. It's definitely been a while.
Well, hopefully you get that opportunity this upcoming season. Again, UIndy doing very well last season. Really kind of taking care of your conference completely. Undefeated in your conference. Ended up going to the playoffs. And what's it going to take for you guys to maybe perhaps do the same and maybe make an even deeper run in the playoffs?
It's really gonna take the depth because I think a lot what hurt us a lot last year. We had a lot of injuries to key spots. Because at one point our, quarterback got hurt. We had to replace him. Toriano Clinton, he was battling a couple injuries. A running back was battling a couple injuries. We had a couple spots that were, battling key injuries. Some from D line, O line, but just coming back, like we have that depth, and we have some guys who can really play. And that's what's really gonna take us. Just staying healthy, us taking it one game at a time. Don't look too far ahead and just really focus on, okay, we're going to first game against Hillsdale, we're going to win that game, then just win the next game and win the conference. And then when we get to the playoffs, just get ready to make that deep run and really believing in ourselves. Like we can do it. Like we're right there. We just got to go out there on the field and just execute.
Cool. Mentioned this guy a couple times, Toriano Clinton, completely really putting you guys on the map. Let's just be real. Recently signed in the NFL. I know you've had a lot of great teammates over the years. Who else there at UIndy do we really need to know, man? I mean,
I'll say we really knows Michael Brown. He was our safety last year. He was a first team all conference guy. He was All American safety. He's a ball player. He played. He had like 4 interceptions. Pretty sure like 93 tackles and all. Man, he's that one guy that he's really on the come up, and people need to watch out for him.
cool. Love that. What have been your own personal like best moments so far? Like when you think about like the moments that you've been a part of, the games, is there even maybe a specific play you can walk me through?
I say the best moment I honestly say was last year when we were playing Truman State at home for it was a conference championship game against Truman State, and we were down going into the half, and like it wasn't nothing to do with the game, but like we was just in the locker room. I remember I was just talking to the guys, and I was just like telling them like, we got to believe in ourselves and we got to trust ourselves, and I was just saying like we're gonna win this game, and it was probably it was a snow game too, one of the best games probably been a part of. We went out there and we 28 unanswered points, and we ended up winning that game. It was the best feeling ever I could say.
I don't know, given your background, like how you feel about a snow game, but
Yeah,
hey,
it was very cold. I didn't like it. Once you're playing, you don't really think about it much. But like when you first go out there for warm up
no,
and you feel the cold in your hands, you're like, yeah,
I mean, it would wake you up at the very least, but I mean,
definitely, definitely did.
but yeah, after things get going, I mean, yeah, snow games can be fun as long as it's not like too damn cold. If it's too damn cold, no one wants to be out there, of course. So cool. Landry, I want to take a moment really just to kind of get to know you outside of football a little bit. So is there anything else about you that you feel people need to know, whether it be your hobbies, interests, passions, if you got any secret talents or something? I mean, tell me about you.
I mean, secret talents. I say I'm very much of I'm a pretty good dancer. I'll say I have my teammates can vouch for me. Other people can vouch for me. Pretty much this a pretty good dancer. Other side, I'll just say my faith. I'm very strong in my faith and my trust in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He's definitely blessed me with these many gifts that He's given me, and he's giving me these opportunities to talk to you and get my name out there and pursue my dreams into the NFL or even pro ball anywhere. Just one thing I'm involved in school is press club, which is prayer reaches every single situation. It's a Bible study club. They really just help me get back in touch with my faith because growing up, I did grow up in a religious household, but at a point in time, like when you growing up, your mom's like, oh, we got to go to church. You just start going to church for the family, to please them. But like when I really started to seek Jesus Christ out for myself, I found the peace and just the wisdom, the knowledge, and the focus that He's given me. And that's all I just encourage everybody. And I feel like we all have a Jesus size cup in our heart, and we try to fill it with other things in this world. And that's not gonna help fill that cup up unless it's just Jesus Christ. And
No, I hear you, bro. I appreciate that. Let's go through a little quick question answer session real quick, just to see a little bit if I could dig a little bit more about you. So, uh, you have any pets?
No, I don't have a pet. I'm actually trying to get a cat. My friends are advice like, no, get a dog. But I like cats more. I'm actually trying to get a cat.
They're a little bit more independent too,
Yeah.
so it works out. Um, do you play an instrument, or if you didn't, is there perhaps one that you would love to learn how to play?
So when I was in like elementary school, I played like the clarinet. I was kind of bad at it, but if I had to learn an instrument, I'll say the piano. I always wanted to learn how to play the piano.
All right, cool. Do you collect anything?
I'm a big anime fan. I'll say that. So I collect like anime action figures, posters, and just manga, which are just like comic books for anime.
Right, right. So what is that one anime for you that you like the most?
I'll say Naruto. Like Naruto
Naruto.
started it for me. Like
There's a lot of people that love Naruto. That's like the one anime that most people go to. So, um, is there perhaps a celebrity that you would love to get a chance to meet? Like whether it be an actor or a musician or even an athlete?
I'll say Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm a big soccer fan. I'll
Okay.
definitely want to meet Ronaldo. He's definitely my favorite soccer player of all time.
Well, cool. Hopefully you'll get an opportunity to meet great athletes such as him. Get yourself also in a league where you're surrounded by a lot of great athletes. So, but before we get there, we have one more season left to go where you have to go out there and prove to all those scouts that you belong. So, go ahead and close us up and talk directly to those scouts and tell them why you should get that opportunity. So, hit them with your pitch.
The reason I believe I get opportunity because I think you'll get a guy who's a hard worker, who can do anything. I can play inside or outside. I play the slot corner, outside corner. I can play man. I have great zone eyes. I have just great knowledge of the game. I have experience. I'm up to 6 years. I'm going on, hopefully, potentially getting up to 40 plus career starts. I can come up. I can stop the run. Uh, I, I I'm locked down out there on those islands. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, I get you. So, a lot of great things that really do help you as a prospect. I mean, like you said, gonna have whole lot of experience under your belt after this season, and got some decent size to you, which a lot of teams can work with. And then, of course, you just kind of talking about the technique. You got to be able to work the guy in front of you and mirror him and um, just go ahead and cover him. And if you got your side locked down, that's all anyone can ask for. So, uh, but Landry, do want to wish you very best of luck this season and beyond. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Once again, Landry Mavungu, he is a defensive back out of UIndy. Check him out.